everybody. So we're going to change things up a little bit. I've had a couple of requests asking me to cook food, to see what I'm going to, to see what it is that I like. And today I'm craving breakfast, so I'm going to make some breakfast. What I like to do is I like to make these kind of like breakfast skillets or whatever you call them. Basically, it's just imagine combining a whole bunch of your favorite breakfast food, and I'm just going to try and do it healthy. So I've already portioned everything out. I've already measured out what I have. And in the picture that I'm going to show right about now, you'll see I've got some eggs, some bacon, sausage from my local butcher, and then 2 of these sweet mini peppers. Total calories are 590. With the bacon, it was super easy to figure out. With the sausage, it was super easy to figure out. With the eggs, yeah. And then with these peppers here, it kind of just gives you a bit of an eyeball. So I rounded up to 30 calories a piece. And so that's a total of 60 calories. For the bacon, 160 calories. For the sausage, another 160 calories. And then for the eggs, Google says it's about 70 calories for a kind of a large egg. So again, 210 calories there. Total, like I said, 590. So I'd say let's just go ahead and get stuck in here. We have a little bit of time before my wife starts heading home, and all of this combines pretty quick. So what I've done is I've kind of pre-rinsed, pre-cleaned the peppers, so those are good to go. And we're just going to get everything nice and ready for when we have to throw it all into a little skillet. Making some rice for my wife because she likes that at work. They do cooking at work, and so I'm trying to help her out a little bit as well. So I'll be kind of darting back and forth here between the two. So what I like to do, cut these peppers up into nice little rings, get it all looking nice. Cut out these little seeds. With the minis, they're great because there's not really many seeds in them, and so cleanup is very, very simple. So I've got one of these done like so, and then we'll go ahead and we'll repeat that step with this second one. All right, so much faster this time. Now, one of the things that my wife loves about me is that before I met her, of course, I was pretty self-sufficient, self-reliant, so I learned how to cook pretty early on, so I was able to cook nice things for my wife. Not necessarily healthy things, but she loved it, and it gave me some brownie points when I first met her. And so now, every now and then, I'll kind of do something nice, I'll cook something, and she loves it. So I'm just taking out the seeds of this last bit of pepper here, and then let's get this last little bit here cut up. Boom, boom, boom. One of my favorite things about this this recipe or this kind of cooking is it's all very, very simple. Basically, you cook your meats a little bit longer, and then you toss in the peppers. But everything's going in there anyway, so I'm just going to throw everything onto this little cutting board. I've got a much bigger one, but like I said, I'm not really cooking a whole lot, so I'm just going to have everything all in one and prepared nicely so that when it's all ready, I can just kind of combine it into one large pan. The good thing about using the bacon is, of course, you got a little bit of fat on there, or, compared to European bacon, you've got a lot of fat on there. So you don't need to add anything else. One of the things I recommend doing, because for the longest time I didn't, and my heart probably is thanking me for doing it now, is just draining off the excess fat that comes from cooking with bacon. Of course, there is a lot of it, and we want to try and stay as healthy as we can. So now that we have the bacon, now that we have the pepper, just cut up that sausage into little bits. I love this sausage. It's an English sausage, and what they've done is they've mixed some berries in it, so it adds a little bit of sweetness. And when I go to this butcher, which I don't get to very often because it's in a different city, but it's close enough. I make it sound like it's far away, but it's just far enough that it's not convenient. So whenever we go there, I get some of this. So this is basically the components of the breakfast bowl. Of course, minus the eggs, which I'm not going to crack over on here. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and just, now we're going to put all this into the refrigerator. And then when it comes time, we're going to basically combine the bacon and then the sausage. And then afterwards, of course, the peppers and the eggs. So I feel like pretty quick, pretty easy. There's no excuses not to do this. Like I said, for 590 calories, you really can't go wrong. And then I've got a bit of a kicker, which I'm going to show you guys later. All right. All righty, folks. So here we are. We are back. We are now getting ready. My wife is almost home. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take all of those wonderful, beautiful ingredients that we prepared earlier. I sound like a chef on a TV show. And we are going to wait a couple more seconds for this pan to heat up. It's not super duper hot right now. Just gonna wait a little bit for this to heat up. A good way to measure it. Just look at the droplets of water here. As soon as you see them start to sizzle, then we know that we're about there. My wife wanted pasta tonight, of course. She wanted something different. So all that means is I'm going to have to make something separate for her. No worries. Love to do it. Glad to do it. So I'm going to be kind of jumping in between the two. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, because I know that most of my viewers are American, and so they will have seen the Great Value brand of bacon, and they probably will have seen the Great Value brand of rigatoni. And the Italians out there, I'm sorry. For the Americans out there, I'm sorry. But unfortunately, I don't make those big bucks yet where I can afford the nice pastas and the nice bacon. So you can tailor this to whatever you like, whatever makes you happy. And let's just go ahead and get started. Yep, sounds like we got a little sizzle going. Tiny little sizzle. And we're just going to add this bacon in here. The good thing about the bacon, the reason that I use the bacon first, is because the bacon lets off some of that lovely bacon grease. Bacon grease is great because I can then cook sausages in it, and we're all gravy. One of the things that I recommend, and one of the things that your arteries recommend as well, is draining off some of that bacon grease when you're done. You will thank me. Your body will thank me as well. So just let this cook, let all this stuff get to know each other a little bit. I like to run it high because I'm here, I'm in control of things. I tell that to myself and hopefully I'll believe it. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let things settle in, like I said, get to know each other. We've already got our spatula ready. We're gonna go ahead and get this pasta on as well. Multitasking. I do a lot of pasta because my wife usually likes the same thing 2 days in a row. We've also got the rice there. That's done. That's just kind of, like I said, just sitting here on the sidelines a little bit. Let me move that out of the way. So yeah, I love cooking, man. I've said this before. I like cooking because it is just such a fun way to relax. And one of the things that I hear a lot of people that I work with in particular say is, well, meal prep is so hard, cooking takes too long, or whatever it may be. And as you saw from the prep in the beginning, there's really no time taken. Let's just be honest here. The prep took me, 5 minutes? And now all I really need to do is just kind of keep an eye on this stuff and make sure nothing goes too crazy. And then we'll be golden. So while this bacon's frying up, we get to also get the 2-in-1 effect with the bacon. We get the wonderful smell of the bacon. We also get to eat it. So life is good. I prefer European bacon myself. In a lot of ways, I'm very American, but in bacon terms, I like the European stuff. Comparable to Canadian bacon, it's definitely more meat than it is fat. It's got a little bit more bite, in my opinion. So I just like it. It makes me a little bit happier. And so that's usually what I get from in the store. But this is what I had available. And so this is what we're going to use. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I tell you what, if they invented smell-o-vision, I'm going to get shot by one of these little hot things. But they invented smell-o-vision, you guys would be loving it. I'm also going to address another elephant in the room, veganism. Now, look, while I don't have any problem with anybody out there being vegan, really, your monkey, your circus, your life, whatever you want to do, Veganism is just not for me. I like the taste of meat. I like the smell of meat. I have meat pretty much every day. Not forced, it's just something that I like to have. And so veganism is something that I'm probably not going to try in my lifetime. Bacon to me is good. And so what I do, at least, I say that as I'm cooking my great value bacon, is I try and find the most ethical and the best quality meat that money can buy. This stuff is great. It tastes good though, so we're just going to settle on this for now. I don't cover my pasta. A lot of people say you should, but I've been eating pasta for years. I've never done it like that. There's more than one way to skin a cat, so we're just going to go with the way that we know, the trusted and the faithful method. So now that bacon's starting to look good, it's starting to brown, it's starting to crisp, we're going to add some of that sausage in here. The pan is pretty full, but I like to make do with what I have. I like to keep it simple, and it helps me in the long run when it comes to cleanup. So we're just going to go ahead and get all these nice bits. Again, I was talking about those berries that we put in there. Look at that. That is beautiful. I love this stuff. It is so good. Keep it in there. Let everything get to know each other a little bit. I'm probably going to speed it up a little bit so that you guys don't have to endure me moving stuff around in a pan a whole bunch and probably critiquing the way that I cook. I'm sorry if it's not your way, but like I said, I've been doing it for years and it works for me. This is my secret sauce. Mike's Hot Honey, tiny little bit of that, infused with chilies. It's so good. Just put a little drizzle on there, adds a whole bunch of flavor. A few extra calories to the point where I don't know how many, but it is good. Got it here because the heat from both rings just heats this area up well enough that by the time I'm done, that honey will be nice and runny. All right, we're starting to get into some good territory here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this off the heat, drain some of that grease, some of that fat, and then it's egg time. Beautiful. Now most of that grease is gone. Let's go ahead and make our eggs. I like to scramble them. 3 eggs in here. Just like that. Keeping it simple. Keeping it really nice. Really simple. And I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you think, wow, Thomas, this is really unhealthy, or Thomas, wow, this isn't good for you. Look, you can say what you want, but my blood pressure is good. My heart rate is good. I'm losing weight. So this is working for me. As you can see, the heat there made my honey really runny. So I love these recipes. They're easy. Proof is in the pudding. So I've got no complaints from my end. This isn't always what I have. Like I said, I was just feeling breakfast today. And so, yeah, maybe there's some room for some tweaks and some changes. But for the most part, where I am now, I'm good. I'm a happy camper. Big pan for big boy. Some pepper on there. One of the things I've heard a lot of people talk about, don't season your eggs until they're done. Even saw Gordon Ramsay say it. Well, guess what? Gordon Ramsay ain't in my kitchen, so I'm gonna do me. And this is really coming together. One thing I've noticed before when cooking with a lot of fatty foods is a good way to kind of test to see how much fat is in there is a lot of times the fat, the grease will accumulate on the top, kind of forming a little bit of a layer. And as I'm looking at it right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot there, so pretty pretty good. Boom. Beautiful. And that, my friends, is dinner. Alrighty. I hope you guys like it. A little bit of a change up, a little different than what I normally do. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you like it. If you don't like it, I'm sure you'll let me know as well. But yeah, thank you. Great dinner. All the ingredients together, 590 calories, plus some of the honey, and plus a little bit of milk for the eggs. Let's just round it up. I'm gonna say it's about 700 calories. Good dinner, really nice, really simple, really fast. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.